Now, graffiti artists from across the globe are descending on Blackpool this weekend for the annual Mozfest. The street art festival is in its third year and is designed to celebrate the history of a culture which is strongly represented in the town. A little earlier, I was joined in the studio by organiser Graham Morris and, all the way from Mexico, renowned artist Argeo Mondragón. Graham, Argeo, thanks very much for coming in. Welcome to the studio.
Yeah, thank you.
Now, Argeo, you're from Mexico, but tomorrow you're going to be painting in a backstreet car park in Blackpool. Is that strange to you, or is that just the life of a street artist?
It's a life.
So that's not out of the ordinary for you?
No, it's I think Blackpool, I never been before in Blackpool, and I think Blackpool is too pretty town and too sunny for now.
And you're looking to make it even prettier with the work you're doing tomorrow.
Yeah. And I want you know this Blackpool. Say me something. Say me, paint me.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Blackpool's talking, so it's wonderful.
Well, the reason Argeo is here, of course, is because of Mozfest.
Indeed, it is.
Set up, Graham. It's in its third year now.
It is.
What inspired you to set that up? Has Blackpool got a particularly rich heritage when it comes to street art?
It's, I wouldn't say a rich heritage, but it's certainly put itself on the street art map in recent years. And my particular brand of street art, as it were, is traditional letter-based graffiti. And there's been various events and things, but I felt that traditional graffiti, which is the root of all street art, wasn't really being represented enough, so I managed to get permission to paint this huge 220-foot wall.
Which is the side of a police station,
ironically enough. Police
enough.
Station, which has got a wonderful irony about it, yeah. And it's all above board, obviously, you know, permission. And and I say we're in the third year now, and we've got people coming from Mexico, Birmingham, which you can probably tell that's where I hail from originally, coming down from Cumbria and Manchester, and I think there's 14, maybe 15 of us tomorrow, and we'll just, you know, transform the wall.
Well, do you think perception of street art has changed over the years? Because you introduced yourself to me before as a graffiti artist.
Yeah.
Well, at one time, that was like a crime rather than a profession.
Indeed. Which it still is, in some ways. Obviously, my days of illegal graffiti are behind me now. I mean, in fact, one country in the world where it's not advised to do illegal graffiti is England, because the sentences they hand out are far higher than anywhere else.
Of course. Not
really fit the crime, if you ask me, but that's a discussion for another day. But yes, I think the general perception has certainly changed. There's events all over the country. Upfest in Bristol's a huge one. It's just a lot more socially acceptable now. It's good, it's pretty, it's nice to look at, it brightens drab walls,
And it isn't just that letter-based graffiti that you were talking about, because Argeo, we've got some pictures of your work which we can have a look at now. And what struck me when I saw those was just how intricate it is. It is a work of art, isn't it?
Yeah.
And how do you get into something like that, and how do you become good at it?
Okay, it's a long story.
give me the shortened version.
Okay. I think exists too much points for be artist. I think the first part is feel good with yourself, and I think all the day and all the time is fighting with yourself, but for be better, for have a better life, and understand what do you do, and what is the meaning you make.
And improve other people's lives in the process, because people do get a lot of enjoyment from the work you do. You were saying to me it's a big community.
It is, yeah. So I mean, through graffiti, I've painted in Spain, in Gran Canaria. I've met new friends, all which are people I never would have met if it wasn't for graffiti. And even back at home, as I say, as you mentioned, it's the third time we've done this. And people come and they, you know, everybody it basically takes you twice as long to paint anything than it would do normally, because everyone keeps stopping for chats and saying how great it looks, and you know, and people come to see it. And I see people after the event taking photos, and you know, it's wonderful. It's a great thing.
The question that I thought I must ask you both when I saw your work, Argeo, is how do you see the bigger picture, if you like, when you're working so closely up against the wall? How do you visualise what it's going to look like, and then you step back and you've got this marvellous piece of work?
Of course, the difference is okay. Yeah, the sorry for my English.
No, not at all.
I think. Because I have expressive brushes.
Yes.
And but when I put the image in my mind when I work,
yes,
it's weird, because it's not like a static image. It's more like a meditation.
Right.
Yeah, for me it's similar. I am. And the difference between the distance between these things is, I don't know, perceive similar when I finish or when I start, because it's different when you go under, or you go to deepest part of the construct of the art of the paint.
So you don't necessarily know when you start how it's going to look. It sort of evolves as it goes along.
Yeah,
that's fascinating.
It depends of the humor, I suppose. I don't know. It's complicated, because I don't when I paint, I don't understand when I start or finish or wherever is, or is the line really tiny or biggest? Is you only feeling
as you go along?
I think my style is freestyle, but it's not all. Not in my life. It's freestyle, and when I paint, yes.
it's really interesting, because as somebody with not an artistic bone in their body, I can't appreciate that you couldn't know what it was going to look like at the start. I wouldn't have
the workings of a creative mind, you say. So.
Well, this year it's not just for the love of street art, but also you're trying to raise some money for a local charity on your Donna's Dream House.
Donna's Dream House, yeah, which is a wonderful local charity in Blackpool that gives free holidays to terminally ill children. You know, it's a great cause. There's nothing not to like about that. And I just, so I approached them, and because we get a lot of people passing through, and I thought, well, you know, why not? Let's, you know, give something back. So that's hopefully we're going to raise a few quid for Donna's Dream House.
So you'd encourage people to donate when they come down.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's in Bonnie Street Car Park.
Bonnie Street Car Park. That's
tomorrow and Sunday. Is that right?
Yep, tomorrow and Sunday, all day, both days. We've got, as I said, it's 14, 15. You never know, there may be a few more on the day. Artists. We've got a local DJ troupe, the Shaolin Monkeys. They're coming down with a mobile rig, and they'll be playing music all day. We've got another local DJ, Inush. He's gonna come and play some reggae.
Well, it sounds great.
Yeah,
best of luck with it.
Fingers crossed for the weather, and it should be a good day.
Yeah. Well, as Argeo said, it's been sunny so far, so hopefully it remains that way.
It's a good weekend in Blackpool. It's busy. It's the punk weekend as well. So
of course,
you've got the punks with the colour in the hair, and you've got us putting the colour on the walls.
Fantastic. So, Graham, Argeo, enjoy your stay in Blackpool and in Lancashire as well.
Thank you.
Thanks to you both.
Thanks, Paul.